We're here at the southernmost point in the continental US. Today, our plan, me and 4 of my best friends, we are biking 100 miles northeast along the Florida Keys up to Key Largo. Hurricane Nicole is hitting South Florida. Luckily, we are south of it. We decided to start from the Key West instead of Key Largo because the wind will be pushing us the whole way there. I feel it hitting my back right now. We're heading this way for the next 12 hours. Last year in December, after we kayaked to North Ness Key, we knew we had to come back to the Keys and do another trip. Immediately we were planning it, and a few months ago now, we scheduled this bike ride. Normally we would reschedule it for the hurricane, but Phil and Haley actually just got married last week. They live in California, and they have to fly back to California on Saturday. Today was our only option. We'll be riding through some scattered showers and thunderstorms, but we're gonna be safe in the lightning. Caro has taken the lead and is absolutely sending it to start here. The light is just starting. We have fallen in line. It's time to get some biking done. Beautiful sunrise, even if it is in the rain. We're having a good time so far. The water is gonna keep us cool today as long as there's no lightning. We're gonna move through it. My back is getting absolutely drenched right now. My front is totally dry, even though it's been sprinkling the whole time. The water from the back tire just flicks up. It's throwing sand and dirt on the back of my neck. Everybody seems to be doing well. They're working out some stuff with their rented bikes. It feels a little like cheating because I've been riding this bike for thousands of miles now. So this thing is like my home, and they just rented these bikes yesterday. So they didn't have much time to figure out what's good. They're working it out though. Just gonna have to push through the pain today. This is the first real bridge. We have an amazing bike lane here, and we are getting to see the water and the sunrise. If you don't know, the Keys are a set of islands just south of Miami, Florida. You drive down from Miami, you go to Key Largo first, and you can go northeast from there a little bit. There's a few more islands, but mostly it goes southwest from Miami and curves west. The furthest point is the Dry Tortugas National Park, which is an island that's actually 75 miles off Key West. That being said, Key West is the southernmost point in the continental US. Boy, it's getting busy now. How are we feeling, Taylor?
Feeling?
10 miles in. The sun is risen.
The sun is risen.
The water is clear.
Never felt better.
Just made our first pit stop at a Circle K. Went to the bathroom. I think we're good on snacks right now. Moving a little slow to start, so I'm scared, but our pace is okay. Just having to stop some. Everybody's in the bathroom. I'm holding down the fort here, next to the dumpsters. We're being fueled by Jocko Go today. Not sponsored. We are back on the road on a very tight bike lane. On one side we have mangroves and sea grapes and all kinds of tropical flora and fauna. On the other side is the road. Luckily in the Florida Keys, the speed is never really that high. You know, the 7 Mile Bridge might be the highest speed, I don't know, but it's most of the time people are going 35 to 45. So you actually feel a lot safer than normal riding on the side of a road. For most of the ride so far, there's been these amazing bike lanes, and that is the Florida Keys. Dang, I just read it and I don't remember. The Florida Keys Heritage Trail, Heritage Scenic Trail. I'm really looking forward to it going the rest of the way. The one part that we are afraid of is going over the 7 Mile Bridge. It looks like there's a pretty narrow bike lane on it. So once you're on there, you're locked in, going straight, no stopping for the 7 miles. We saw a gaggle of deer this morning on the drive here, probably about 10 or 15 of them. And so on the Florida Keys here, there is a unique species, I believe, just to the Florida Keys. They're kind of stuck here, clearly, because these islands barely connect by roads. Okay, we're coming up to mile 20. How are we feeling?
Mile 20. I mean, we're feeling great. I think this is easy. Easy.
Easy so far?
I mean, I think this is, I'm in the comfort zone.
I'm in the comfort zone.
Oh, you got the comfort zone on there.
I'm in
Wow.
the comfort zone. Now
Hey guys, careful, it's a slow ahead. Don't go too fast.
Make sure to not speed up the bridge. At all of these large bridges, there are smaller bridges that were previously here and have since been replaced. They're broken down, they're decrepit, probably makes for pretty good reef base under the water. And of course, they did not let ships through either. So now that the bridges are higher, ships can fit through. Here's another one of those broken down bridges. Can you imagine cars going in two different directions on this thing? It's so tight. This bridge that I'm on right now is at least twice as wide for the same amount of cars. Well, we gotta stop and get a bike pump in case any of the other bikes' tires break. We need to get a Schrader valve. So we're stopping at this bike store. Hopefully they can be of assistance to us. About 1/3 done right now, 32 miles in. Hopefully they sell parts here. It's a nice shop, it's big.
Thank you. After the gun range, you know, they expanded.
Oh yeah? Bike valve acquired. We are headed back east right now. We're leaving from Big Pond Key. We're going 8 miles to the nearest gas station. Gonna refuel on water. We've depleted our first couple of gallons worth here.
Cross up here?
Cross up here. We're getting close to the 7 Mile Bridge. It's probably about 6 miles away. We're gonna pick up some water at a gas station right before, but right now we're crossing an amazing pedestrian bridge next to the main bridge here. Very nicely paved, very perfectly blue water. Just look at that. Meow. We've been passed by an e-biker. This is unacceptable. We were actually talking about how if you could actually do this 100 miles faster with an e-bike, e-bikes generally range only about 50 miles. So after the first 50 miles of it helping you, you'd have to bike that 100+ pound bike all the way the rest of the 50 miles. So the road bikers might actually be faster. So here is a bridge that is falling apart. We're going over the good one. Another outstanding view on the bridge. This is such a unique bike ride, and I'm appreciating it a lot more than if I were to be driving it. Since we made the drive to Key West early this morning in the dark, none of these cool finds really got revealed to us until now. Even though we drove by them just a few hours ago, we're seeing them for the first time right now. Like this super cool bridge. Here you can see how the bridge is broken up, and this bridge is leading to Bahia Honda State Park, one of the few great state parks along this route. You can see right over this park, this island. It's just about 100 feet wide in some spots, probably even less. We mile 40 already?
Huh?
Wow.
Let's show your authentic key lime pie. The deal.
Cycle Squadron is out. We are officially trying to beat this storm that's coming in quick. We're about to go over the 7 Mile Bridge, and it could be quite a ride if we get a rain. Can't outrun storms. The wind's about 20 miles an hour and it's at our backs, so those clouds are coming in fast. 7 Mile Bridge is in sight in the distance here. Super excited to hit this thing. Caro has been sending it all day long, leading the pack. I am most impressed by her so far, and I think she's gonna follow through. She hiked the Camino de Santiago a few years ago. Always tells a story about how she was not wearing the right shoes when she was doing it. So I have full faith in her to be able to endure the pain of today. It's starting to sprinkle, but there is no lightning like I was saying, so I think we're good here. Entering the 7 Mile Bridge right now. Well, this is not how I imagined crossing the 7 Mile Bridge. Got some light rain so far. Still see plenty far. And what I've never noticed here before is that there's a ton of islands surrounding the 7 Mile. Wow, I was just passed. I've been passed. Kayla's passed me. She is going for it. We're in it now. I'm standing at the top of the 7 Mile Bridge right now. This is where I came from. This is where we're going. Got a few more miles to go here. We're in a cloud, we're in the rain, there's no lightning. There's good wind pushing us forward. I'm having a great time. Just look at this chop and this storm surge coming into this restaurant here. It's undoubtedly related to the hurricane. We're coming into Marathon now. The weather could be better, but I think we'll probably stop and have some lunch in about 20 or 30 minutes. We made it over the bridge, but lost Haley and Phil in the process. They are somewhere up on the 7 Mile Bridge. They said one of their chains broke on the way. We don't know how they fixed it, but they said they fixed it. Hopefully they make it here soon.
7 Mile Bridge over. Woo! I would say my pain has gone from a 2 before the bridge to a 4.
I'd say mine is a 7.
7? No, that's impossible. We said, oh, so, okay. I was like, that's it. You clearly did not understand the rating.
Here they come, they've made it.
Cinematic mode.
Oh yeah. Cinematic, epic moments. Phil lost his chain on the bridge. Also had a flat tire. Proceeded to bike. Soaking wet. Like cars going flying past.
We have found the culprit of what punctured Phil's tire.
Holy
Piece of metal.
That's tiny.
Phil's bike is officially fixed. Took about 20 minutes right now. We had to remove the brake, remove the tire, replace the tube, put the whole tire back on. Got to use a CO2 cartridge with a straighter valve for the first time, which I had never used a CO2 cartridge before. And we are back on the road. Let's go get some lunch. Okay, we just tried 2 different bike shops. Both of them were closed. They're more bike rental shops though. So now we're headed to a real bike shop, about halfway to 2/3 the way through Marathon. Look at this. Marathon is the heart of the Keys. And this is Vaca Station. Hailing back to Cabeza de Vaca, who I will probably talk about in a future video. We are passing the Florida Keys Marathon International Airport right now. Here's the crew.
We have another flat. I did not understand why I was going so slow.
We got a flat tire here, so we're gonna see if it's leaking out of the straighter valve or if there's actually a hole in it somewhere. You know, it looks like there's a pretty good sized puncture right here already, so that's concerning. But we're gonna fill it up, see if it holds air, and then go from there.
Oh, look at him go!
Water.
Look at that traffic, slowpoke.
Look at this, we're passing all these cars.
Yeah.
What's going on the bridge? We've been promising ourselves all day long that we would stop and have an early dinner in Long Key. And now that we are a few miles away, we tried to call and the place isn't answering. It says they're open online, but we had our order all ready and everything, and it's such a letdown to not know if they're open. I think we might just go now to like a quick stop nearby there, try to make a meal out of what we can get there. We have jerky and tuna fish and stuff right now and lots of snacks and candies, but I think we want something a little bit more substantial to help us push through. I've been trying to capture it now for about 15 minutes. There's these amazing iguanas everywhere, bright greens and oranges and reds, 2 feet, some are even 3 feet long. They skitter away as soon as we get close, but they're hanging out right on the side of the sidewalk here. So I'm gonna keep trying to find one. Let's see if I can get a shot. Well, we're here at the Quick Stop. Leaves some room to be desired. We tried to get some sandwiches here. 3 or 4 sandwiches that we opened had mold on them. It was terrible. So the guy thankfully, obviously, took them back and he let us exchange it for some other food. We just got some more junk food. Fill ourselves with calories. We had the tuna packets that we've been saving. We're just resting here for 20, 30 minutes, having some energy drinks, having some food. Just a couple miles out of the Quick Stop. This rear tire is really not holding up. We tried to refill it. It's just draining quick, so we're gonna change the tube now. We have 1 more can of CO2 with us, so this is gonna use it, and if we have any problems in the next 30 miles, we're gonna be in big, big trouble. And now we've opted not to change the tire. We did not have a way to empty out the tube, so you know, just as I'm saying that, I think I could probably stick something in there and release the air. The CO2 valve that we have did not release it when I activated it. We're gonna ride on it till we can't. Looking at it right now, it looks fine to me. But it's definitely noticeable compared to the other bikes. These bridges are probably the best part of this ride. You get out, you got huge views. We can see 20 miles easily out here. The water's all these shades of sea blue, and I just can't get enough. We have an update. Taylor is still riding on the flat tire. It's been 20 miles of this now. So we're gonna stop soon and try to pump this thing up, see what we can do, and then maybe swap out people for the last 20 miles or so. But she's crushing it, she's not complaining. We said we were gonna do it at 80. She said, nah, I'm pushing at 81. That tells you what this group is made up of. Completely flat. It's 90 miles in right now. Sun went down about 10 minutes ago. We're losing light quick. 10 miles to go. I hope the tire is holding up back there. We've gotten a little split up right now, but I think we'll come together again because it won't be safe to ride in the dark. And it's dark. .6 miles in right now. We went a little bit past our turn. This is not the turn that where we're going tonight. I brought us a little bit past our place, and now we're heading back to our place in Tavernier, about 3.5 more miles. 100 miles done! Woo!
How much we got left?
99.9. 100!